Penguins can't fly. Once, there were two little penguin chicks. Their eggs hatched at the same day, and they knew each other's names, Quentin and Billy. As the young chicks grew up, they were fond of each other, but they didn't like the same things. Billy liked playing hide and seek, but it was a bit rough for Quentin. Quentin liked building with ice bricks, but it was too dull for Billy, although they did make a den together once. You see, the little penguin chicks were quite different. Quentin liked knowing things like what all the fish were called, how many different types of snow there were, and best of all, how far away the stars were. Billy loved doing things like skating down steep slopes, hurling snowballs, and doing belly flops along the ice. In fact, Billy was always getting told off, especially at school. You see, Billy just couldn't sit still. He tried being good, but he ended up being told off, always. "Sit still, Billy," his teacher was saying forever. "How are you gonna look after a chick when you get older if you can't learn how to sit still?" One particular morning, Billy fidgeted so much that he was told off again. At lunchtime, Quentin couldn't find Billy, so he ate his lunch alone, looking at the sky. "Hello," squawked a gull. "What are you looking at?" "I'm looking at the clouds," replied Quentin. "I think we're in for a snowstorm. Storms are not a good weather for birds." "How do you know?" said the other gull. "You're not a proper bird." "I am a proper bird," said Quentin. "I have feathers and a beak, and I hatched from an egg." "Ah," squawked the gull, "but you can't fly, can you?" Before Quentin could think of a reply, the gull had swooped down and stolen his lunch. That night, Quentin couldn't sleep. He went to sit at his favorite rock and gazed up at the sky. Through a tiny gap of the clouds, he could see some stars twinkling. "I'll never be able to reach you," he said quietly, "because I'm a bird that can't fly." Then he heard the sound of a pebble being thrown into the water. "Who's there?" asked Quentin. "It's me, Billy," Billy replied. "Oh, you couldn't sleep either?" asked Quentin. "I'm going away," said Billy. "I'm fed up of being told off." "I wouldn't do that if I were you," said Quentin. "I think we're in for a snowstorm." But there was no reply. Billy was gone. Quentin was right. The next day, there was the most terrific snowstorm. You could barely see your snipper in front of your eyes. Everyone huddled together for the warmth. All day the wind howled and the snow fell. That evening, Quentin heard a voice calling, "Billy, Billy!" It was Billy's mom. "Have you seen Billy?" No one could think where he could be, except for Quentin. Quentin set off right away in the darkness. He found his way by the stars. At last, he came to the den he and Billy had built when they were chicks. "Billy, are you there?" asked Quentin. "Yes," shivered Billy. "Your mom's worried about you," said Quentin. "Is she?" asked Billy. "Okay, I'll come home." Quentin told Billy about the gulls while they walked home together. "Of course we're proper birds," said Billy. "We just swim instead of fly." "I'm not sure I'll be able to swim either." "Wait until our swimming lessons start," said Billy. "It's gonna be great." Quentin didn't have to wait very long. That week at the school, they practiced lining up, hopping, skimming, and twisting on the ice. Billy had a great time, and he didn't get into trouble once. When it was their first time taking a dive, Quentin wasn't looking forward to it. "Don't worry," said Billy. "It's gonna be great." Billy leapt into the water, making a huge splash. Quentin stood at the edge of the rock, gazed into the water. Just then, Billy shot back out of the water. "Wow," he said, "you're gonna love the amazing fish down here." "Oh, but I don't think I can swim," started Quentin, but it was too late. Billy took hold of his flipper, and together they splashed into the sea, and Quentin flew under the water. And Billy was right. What an amazing sight! Penguins might not be able to fly, but they can swim. Thank you!